All right, baby. Seahawks. Football's finally back this Sunday when the Seahawks play the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. Okay, this is fun. I haven't made one of these prediction videos in a while. And this season I'm going to be way better at this because I have a little bit more free time to do some of this stuff. But, all right, so let's talk about this game. So the Seahawks went 4-0 in the preseason for the first time since their Super Bowl winning season. I'm just excited because I know it's just preseason, but if you're a Seahawks fan, you got to feel this way. From what we saw in the preseason, you got to feel good about what you were saying. The offensive, I mean, I'm sure defenses probably weren't going as hard after the quarterbacks as they maybe would have in the regular season, but from what I saw from the offensive line, it really actually looked pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, there was a little bit of stuff to maybe show a little bit of concern. Unfortunately, George Fant tore his ACL, which is not very good. But I think we're looking a lot better than we did before. Max Unger got signed to a pretty good deal there. And he did really good at center last year, and he did good. I think he played pretty well at center in the preseason as well. Honestly, the fact that the Seahawks cut Case and Williams kind of boggled my mind, and if you look around the internet, a lot of other people were kind of frustrated about that as well. The Browns picked him up though, so that's whatever. Hopefully he does well in Cleveland. I hope nothing but the best for that guy. He did pretty good. I mean, little inconsistencies, but I think for the most part, he'll be a pretty good wide receiver there. So, to talk about this game, and also the Seahawks traded Jermaine Kearse for Sheldon Richardson, which I really like that trade. I mean, Jermaine Kearse has made a lot of great plays for the Seahawks. You think of the fourth down in the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. You think of the overtime catch in the NFC Championship against the Packers. You think of the Super Bowl catch. I mean, even the Super Bowl catch in the that he had against the Broncos in that Super Bowl when he caught it and he spun off of four different defenders and went for the touchdown. Dude's definitely was clutch other times, but the problem with Jermaine Kearse is the consistency part, and I think ultimately Tyler Lockett, Paul Richardson, just better than Jermaine Kearse. But I think Jermaine Kearse will be I think the reason I think it's a good trade, I think Sheldon Richardson fits in better with the Seahawks, and I think Jermaine Kearse will fit in better with the Jets. Because that's just me personally. Maybe you disagree, but I think it was a really good trade. Great trade, actually. So, but like I said, farewell to Jermaine Kearse. He's done a lot of great stuff for us. I'm not a hater or anything. I don't hate Jermaine Kearse. I'm just saying I think this trade is for the best for both parties. So, let's talk about this game. Green Bay Packers are favored, and I guess that should be no surprise. I'm trying to think about this, actually. I could be wrong. I probably should look at the stat, but at least from when I have been alive, I don't think I've ever witnessed the Seahawks win in Green Bay. Because I'm trying to think. So you got the playoff game. When I really started to watch football was the Seahawks 2005 season, right? Which was their first Super Bowl season when they had Sean Alexander and he had the MVP year and everything. And I know a few years before that, that's when Hasselbeck did his whole, we want the ball and we're going to score thing, right? And then he ended up throwing that pick six in overtime. And then, you think about the playoff game that we had with them in 2007 when we had a 14-0 lead at one point, and then we all ended up losing that game 42-14 in the snow there. I'm trying to think of all these times here. And then, obviously, 2 years ago, when we lost, then it was a closer score last year when we got blown out by them. But whenever they come to Seattle, we seem to win. I remember that snow game when they came to Seattle in 2006, we won. They came to I'm kind of forgetting some of the times they come to Seattle, but I feel like when they come to Seattle, we beat them. When we go to Green Bay, we just don't beat them. So I can't remember us ever beating. And yes, I say us. I know some people might find that to be off-putting or whatever. I'm sorry. I just do. I buy the jerseys. I had season tickets. I spend money on the team. I feel like I can say us personally. Anyway, so this game, I really think Russell Wilson's going to have a really great year this year. I'm just going to say that right now. Pete Carroll said that CJ Prosise is ready to go. He does not know about Thomas Rawls yet. He said that yesterday, though, so maybe by the time anyone watches this video, that could have changed. I'm not really quite sure what Thomas Rawls looks like for this week. Eddie Lacy, I really liked some of the stuff I saw from him. There was a few things in the preseason where I feel like he kind of missed certain holes he could have made, but ultimately what I really liked about him, what it reminded me of Marshawn Lynch, and what we hadn't had really since Marshawn Lynch was healthy for us, is even when the play was stuffed, he's so big and hard to break down that even a play that looks like it shouldn't go anywhere, he's able to at least gain 2 or 3 yards out of. So instead of it just being, okay, 2nd and 10, and be at least 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 7. So that's one thing I like about that. I really like what I saw from the passing game in the preseason. I really it looked like Russell Wilson was getting the ball out of there fast, and it looked obviously his legs look way better. He looks a lot thinner. He looks just like a more lean and everything. He looks faster. I think Russell Wilson's looking really good. I think our defense is looking really good this year. I like our defensive line, especially now with Sheila Richardson there. I like our linebacking core. I really like our corners. Shaquille, is it Shaquille Griffin? I'm not sure if I'm butchering his first name. There were a few things in the preseason I was kind of like, he needs to work. He's a rookie though, so I mean he'll get better. I'm sure Sherman Lane and everyone in the secondary, Thomas Chancellor, everybody's trying to help him out, obviously. And so I really like what the potential I see in him. So for this game, it's going to be tough. Listen, the Seahawks are going to have to bring their A game. Lucky for us, we're playing them week 1 in September, so it's not like last year where we played them in December or anything where it's going to be really cold or whatever. It's listen, it's gonna be fine weather up there, or maybe it's gonna rain. I don't know, but it's not gonna be cold or anything. It's gonna be a really good Sunday for football. So I think the whole cold weather thing's out of the factor. I don't really think the weather's gonna be a factor in this game. This is ultimately gonna come down to talent. I think and if you watch my prediction for the season, I believe I've actually picked the Seahawks to lose this game. But here's the thing: it's not to say that the Seahawks can't win this game. The Seahawks can totally win this game. All right, they really just have to bring their A game. Number 1, Russell can't throw 5 interceptions again. Number 2, well, also like 2 of those, or it was either 2 or 3 of those interceptions were off his receiver's hands. I know for one was right off of Doug Baldwin's hand. So Russell Wilson throws you, please bring that down. I don't want Clinton Dix picking stuff off again. So limits the interceptions. Our defense is going to show up. I think our defense always shows up. It's really just about the offense, because the biggest problem, if you've been watching the Seahawks for a long time, seems to be that the Seahawks are very inconsistent beginning of the year with their offense. Their defense usually always shows up day one. All right, their defense is always there. It's almost like they're really good in the preseason. It's like they really open up the playbook in the preseason. And it's like as soon as the regular season starts, they're really kind of slow, and they don't really. It's like from the get go, I think the Seahawks just need to attack. Just attack, and not be stupid with attack. And I'm not saying like play like it's Madden and just call one of those calls where everybody's just going deep. I'm not saying anything like that. But attack. If always try to score on the drive, a touchdown to be realistic, but like a field goal serviceable as well. Just always try to score. Make sure the running game's there, because the other thing is, when the Seahawks have a running game established, we usually win. But if the running game's not there and it's just not working, and I'm saying if it's like the fourth quarter and it's a close game and that running game is really not working and the Seahawks are trailing, start passing that ball. Don't get cocky. Don't think it's 3rd and 6. We'll do an HB halfback draw here. We'll try to gain the first down. No, pass that ball. That's one of the things that makes me mad the most, is like whenever it's 3rd and 2 and we're calling a draw play to try to gain the first down. It's like, can we just right up the middle? Don't even call a draw player. Like, it's just go for it. Like get that first down. Just no draws on 3rd and 2. Just dive. So I'm really hoping that the Seahawks offense just comes right out the gates, because that's one thing that we struggled with last year. When they had a home opener against the Dolphins, they were struggling with that. So I'm just hoping the Seahawks offense comes right out and is just ready to play, and I think they will. I think this year, we're really seeing a different kind of a Russell Wilson this year. I think Doug Baldwin's going to be just another monster this year. I think Jimmy Graham's going to be way more involved in everything. CJ Prosise, if healthy, is going to be absolutely unbelievable. I mean, Eddie Lacy, Thomas Rawls. I think this year our offense is looking very, very good, and I actually see the Seahawks winning this. It's going to be close, right? Because the Packers are no scrubs. I mean, they have Aaron Rodgers, who is probably the best quarterback in the league. The best quarterback of all time is Tom Brady, but the best quarterback in the league right now, like if I had to start a team right now and pick a quarterback, like obviously Tom Brady's 40 years old, I'm picking Aaron Rodgers. All right, so Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL right now, in my opinion. Some of you might disagree, and that's fine. So, and they have a great offense as well. Like, that's one thing. I mean, the Packers defense may not be all that great, but they have a great offense. So our defense is also going to have to step up. Ultimately, I see this game probably coming down to like a 27-24 score or something like that. I'm hoping that the Seahawks can be the ones that end up pulling that off. I can see it going either way, though. Like I said, I did pick us to lose in my prediction video. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because I don't want the Seahawks to lose. But I'm just saying, I can see it kind of going either way. It would really be nice to start off the season 1-0 though, as always, as what every team wants to do, start off 1-0, and I think the Seahawks can do it. You just gotta, like I said, you gotta bring your A game here. These are the Green Bay Packers. It's when it comes to the NFC's loaded. All right, you got the Falcons, you got the Packers, you got the Seahawks, Cowboys, Giants are going to be up there this year. I think the Lions are going to be another playoff team. I mean, there's so many. It's like I look at the NFC and I'm just like, holy crap, because I mean the NFC and the AFC, it's like such a, oh my god, I can't. The NFC is just loaded. You know, the AFC, you're just like, oh, it's probably going to be the Steelers and Patriots in the AFC Championship. And the NFC, you're just like, holy crap. Like, I don't even know. Like, all these teams can probably have a shot here. And so we're going to have to bring her in. Give me number one. And this is what I think the biggest key for the season is to getting back to a Super Bowl is home field advantage. You know, try for that number one seed. Even if you don't get the number one seed, at least try to get the number two seed so you can have the divisional game at home at the very least. Because I think that's, when you look at how the Seahawks have gone to the Super Bowls before, home field advantage in 2005, home field advantage in 2013, home field advantage in 2014. That's the key in my opinion. It's just get the home field advantage, and that's how they get back. Obviously, this isn't how to get to a Super Bowl video. This is a prediction for the Seahawks and Packers. I think the Seahawks can win this game. I really do. It's gonna be a tough one though. It's not gonna be. I know I see some Seahawks fans out there and Packers fans going like, oh, it's gonna be a blow. It's gonna be a blowout like it was last year. Or some Seahawks fans are gonna be like, oh, we're gonna kick their ass. It's gonna be a really close game. These are two NFC teams. They're going to be in the fight all year long for the number one seed, and the NFC North's a tough division. The NFC West, not really. So I think the Seahawks have an easier route to winning the division than the Packers do. But the route to actually getting the number one or number two seed in the NFC is really tough. And winning week one is going to be really key. And I think both these teams know that. Ultimately, I think the Seahawks will win the game. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Am I wrong? Are there any Packers fans watching this video? There is. You know, let me know what you guys think your season's going to look like. And anyway, I'm just glad football's back, guys. This is going to be absolutely amazing. If you want to see my predictions for all the other games, I'll put a link in the description for that video if you want to see all my predictions for those games. Anyway, thank you all for watching the video, and go Hawks.